everybody, thank you for your time. I'm Jamie Patterson, and today I'm going to be talking to you about polychlorinated biphenyls and why you should care. This is just a quick overview of what I'm going to be going over, a quick little video to give you kind of some foundation of what polychlorinated biphenyls are, and I'm just going to refer to them as PCBs from here. What they are, where they're found, the effects of being exposed to them, and then just going to conclude. Okay? So here's a quick little video. Sorry, the sound was not. Can't go louder. Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
What they're showing you pretty much right now is all the different uses. Like somebody's using a telephone, they're using electricity, they're using a toaster, these power plants. PCBs are in everything. But just saying that it played a major role in industrialization. So saying it's a very sticky substance.
Okay.
I'm going to stop it right there. So pretty much, I just wanted you to get an idea that this has been used like for so many things, and it's so vast that your interaction with it is probably likely.
Will we have a Q&A at the end?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so what are they? What are PCBs? Basically, the molecular structure is that on the left. It's kind of a ring of carbons, and then it has carbon, hydrogen, and chlorine. And it can make up to 209 variations. So if you look at the stuff on the right, that's just like how many hydrogens can be bonded to it versus how many chlorines, and that's what makes the variation up. So it's kind of like if you think in terms of like today's stuff, like a transformer. You know, it can shape, shift, and move to different types of variables. So they're desirable because the actual molecule itself is hard. It's like has a low flammability, chemical stability, and has a high boiling point, and it's perfect for like electrical insulation.
Okay.
And the other thing that's really cool about it is that it's soluble in fats. So what does that mean to us really? If you think of oil and water, so this is kind of like an oily substance. It separates. But if in our body, our cell membranes carry a lot of fats. So, and this will kind of hit home a little bit later in the slides, but fat soluble things are easily absorbed by our body and stored in our body. Okay, and this product was actually produced, the earliest they say is like 1927, and then it was banned in 1979. So it's banned from production.
Like the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting.
Yeah.
So where can they be found? Just like you saw in the video. They can be found in different electric conductivity, transformers, in the caulking in buildings, oil-based paints, different clothing pigments and dyes, pesticides like the fluorescent lights, lubricants. So you can kind of see that in newspaper inks. So you can kind of see that they've been everywhere. That little picture on the right is also, they're found in the water. So what happens is, and I'll talk about it on the next slide, is how are we exposed to them? So it's hazardous waste. So the improper disposal of hazardous waste. Say they dispose of this type of product in a landfill, and it's just hanging out there. It is light enough in different forms that it can be carried away by the wind.
Wow.
It can get absorbed by the soil and go into our water system. And because it's such a hard thing to break down, it stays there for long amounts of time and can be dredged up later. So think about it, it was manufactured from 1929 to 1979, that's a good long period of time. And then, yeah, it's still around. It's found, and like if you noticed in the beginning of that video, they had that guy like in Antarctica, like kind of finding it, in the ice. So it's really interesting. So you can find it in the air, the water, the soil. And then the last one, what really hits home to us is it can be found in a fish, also seen on the video, because the fish have a lot of fatty in their system too. So then when we consume it, it kind of accumulates, it's like a bioaccumulation from the sedimentation into the fish and then now into us. And like I said, since we have so many fatty cell membranes, it stores in our body. And so what type of stuff do we see as far as health effects? It can be cancer related, it can affect the immune system, it can be neurological. Sometimes I've seen some articles where it's been linked to Parkinson's disease, and like it's hit pretty close to home as far as here, like the schools in Malibu High School. A lot of parents have been creating like a big ruckus that they don't want to send their children to that school because there's high levels of PCBs in the building.
Oh,
Yeah, because the buildings were built so long ago, probably during the time that this was in the heat of being utilized. So, yeah, and then also, I feel like it affects a lot of things with, medicine, affects younger children still in development and the elderly. So.
I wonder if it has anything to do with Alzheimer's.
It can. So one of the things that I was looking at as far as fat soluble things is since they can be absorbed by the body, they can go to the brain. And that's why you see the neurological effects as well. But I just want to thank you for your time. This was a very short presentation. I know, just when I have you, then I gotta leave you. But do you have any questions for me? I will give you, if I can answer it. If I can't answer it, I'll find the answer for you.
Solutions at all? There's no.
That I haven't. What they're doing, like as far as building wise, is like they're shutting off parts of the building and totally like re-caulking. Like they're found in the door frames and the paint.
In the bathrooms.
Yeah,
What
it's
about-
amazing.
How do they find if it's there? Like
They can
how do
test the
detect
levels.
it?
So
Oh,
like
it's like
they can
this-
test levels in soil, in tissue, like
Okay.
the tissue of the fish, and human tissue.
Any documentation of any birth defects related to it?
Yes,
There is.
yes, they
I
can.
bet.
Yeah, wow.
Yep.